discrimination, and neglect, especially on the part of government. Recognizing the fact that people living with disabilities, PLWDs, are less likely to have equal access to education, healthcare, and income opportunities, the United Nations Convention on the Rights of People Living with Disabilities on the 13th of December 2006 adopted resolutions that address key areas of life, including civil, political, social, economic, and access to justice.
United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, specifically Goal 8, speaks volumes. It's an all-inclusive thing. What it means is that we cannot begin to segregate and to separate the physically challenged persons from the larger population. Everyone has to be given consideration.
In line with this, the Delta State government, under the leadership of Senator Dr. Arthur Ifeanyi-Okowa, since inception in 2015, has adopted an inclusive approach to governance that gives equal opportunities to all persons in Delta. Through the Job and Wealth Creation Office, the Ministry of Women Affairs, and many other government bureaus, people living with disabilities have found a sense of belonging and have playing field to compete and access income-generating opportunities, which has enabled them to tap into the economic dividends of the Yuletide.
When I came into the state, it was all sad stories about the fiscal challenge community. They would always come, and before you know, they blocked the women affairs, they blocked everywhere. And I thought that it was necessary to have a talk with them. And I realized that they were a very humble set of persons. These people just require recognition and little assistance. And I thank God that since that meeting till today, they have never protested on the way, but rather they have continued to encourage us and to also tell us one way or the other that we can be of assistance to them.
The Ministry of Women Affairs, we believe there's ability in disabilities. There's inclusion of all persons living with disabilities, and we've trained quite a number of them. We treat them like every other person, and it gives them a sense of belonging.
The desire to have first-hand knowledge on the impact of the state's empowerment on PLWDs led us on a trip to Afisiri town in Ughelli South, where we met Justice Arero, a farmer who is dedicated to growing large stock of fish in spite of his inability to see. With a little assistance, he took us on a tour of his farm and engaged us in the feeding process.
Our Governor Dr. Arthur Ifeanyi-Okowa gave us empowerment through IAGEB. Since then, I've been able to be managing the business gradually. When you have something doing, you will eat well. Since I got the business, I'll be able to feed my family. The little one that I have, I can still share to others, my workers. I know that I pay them, but at times, I would like to do exercise. If you look at me now, my body is rough. I've been working since morning.
We quizzed him on his ability to use a telephone, and he showed us features of his phone.
How do you know who's calling you? Because I was curious when I was calling. I was curious to know how you knew.
As you call me, as it is ringing out, we've been calling the number. If I save it with your name, it will not call your name direct. This KP is former Assistant Director in Ministry of Women Affairs before then changing from there.
So it calls out the name so you know who you want to call.
Yes.
That's interesting.
In a conversation with the team, he expressed gratitude to the OKOWA-led administration for providing him with a means of livelihood and noted its life-changing impact.
Before, people living with disability, they used to block government house. But since OKOWA come to the truth, that kind of thing never take place again. We are thanking our governor, OKOWA. He's the one that make people in the government to know that people living with disability are existing. The way you remember people living with disability, in pocket will not lack, in family will not go down.
OKOWA empower them.
We also spoke to Egwe Ogogo, who helps him around the farm. He shared his opinion on justice's empowerment.
I've thanked Dr. Ifeanyi-Okowa for studying by him because 3 years back, he don't have anything doing. When Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa empowered him, me and my wife was very happy what OKOWA do for him. They are not going to the highway to beg again because OKOWA removed them from hanging along the road.
Proceeding from Ugali, we drove into Warri, the state's commercial nerve center, where we met Fatai Onifade, a peculiar entrepreneur who channeled knowledge and resources from his original training on ICT and diversified to become an agent with a bookmaker company, Bet Niger, which he considers more lucrative in his area. Sharing his opinion on the state government's empowerment of PLWDs, he summarized Governor OKOWA'S actions in this sentence.
The narrative of people living with disability in the state have changed. You not give us fish, it teach us how to fish. Formerly, before I was trained, to even hit a square meal in a day is not that easy. But since I was trained, the narrative have changed. Married, living very okay, even affecting others that have not been trained. I must say a very big thank you to His Excellency for the inclusiveness he have given to people living with disability, for imparting on our life.
Since I've been working with him,
Emeka Wani, Fatai's staff, shared in his employer's sentiments and lauded the state government for helping people living with disabilities to achieve their dreams. Take a listen.
Past years, people living with disability are really finding it very, very difficult to feed. Some of them have families, some of them have expectations, they have dreams, but since he emerged as the governor, he has made a dream come true. So it is because my Oga has been empowered. That is why me, myself, has been empowered. I'm not disabled, but my own life is being touched.
Smart Delta.
Leader, how far now? We not dey see you again, oh.
No chance, no chance.
No chance. Wetin happen? Scopilo, where you dey go now?
I wan follow up, might see where the guy dey go, when make I no dey get chance for us again. Brother Leo, you dey learn work for here?
Please go and keep this over there.
Na in shop be this.
Eh?
When we hear about empowerment programs where Governor OKOWA dey do, me, I go the training. Today now you dey see the results. No need to sit down house dey gyrate, dey involve for crime. This OKOWA government dey determined to support youths when one day productive. And as I speak to you, so Governor OKOWA don empower thousands of people for Delta State through different job creation platforms. E get Yageb, Step, Rise Out, Jest, WhatsApp, ICT.
I wish say I know since.
My brother, e never late. Governor OKOWA dey concerned about the prosperity of all Deltans. Governor OKOWA is still working. You can still key into any of the empowerment programs.
I will.
Yes,
Sure.
Governor OKOWA came prepared.
Smart Delta.
Our next stop was with Rejoice Okijiri, a skillful hairstylist who showed us, with the aid of a mannequin, how to sew hair extensions. She expressed gratitude for a means of livelihood that would enable her partake of profit-making.
I feel so happy. As you can see, this is my job. I have some guests working with me, and at least I can boast at least a week or monthly. There's a good amount of money coming out from the shop for me. With this business I'm doing now, I do sell different things. I sell nails, I sell ribbon, attachment, relaxer. So with this, the governor have done for me as a person with disability. I know it should be sweet and well with me.
Our quest for more led us to Arbor, where we were welcomed by Daniel Obioma, CEO, OC Delta Printing Press. He showed us around his workstation and schooled us on how the printing business works. He shared the touching story of how he regained hope with the Smart Delta team and did not fail to express gratitude to the state government for her role on his journey to attaining happiness.
I'm very grateful that I was among the people that benefited from the leadership of His Excellency Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa. I'm always proud to call him a role model. When I started using prosthesis leg, I thought maybe life has ended. You can imagine where someone like me now, putting people under payroll. Governor Ifeanyi Okowa is the best governor. These 2 tenures that he has spent, I wish it can be extended. So that more life can be affected positively through these skills and this love for everybody.
Chukwudi Aliago's fish farm beckoned next. He proudly showed the Smart Delta team his fish housed in several ponds. We quizzed him on his entrepreneurship journey, and he let us in on his story.
I thank God for Governor Okowa. As he remembered the physically challenged, God will remember him too. Since 2017, I was trained for fishery. My life transformed. Governor Okowa put food on my table. After the training, they give me 2 ponds and 3,000 fish. By God's grace, I have 5 ponds now. The business is progressing. I'm over happy for the OKOWA'S administration.
Desmond OJ, his friend and business partner, also engaged in an interview with us after spending some time with his friend.
I appreciate Governor Okowa for recognizing the physically challenged here in Delta State. Throughout the period working with Chukwudi, I've seen that he's looking forward to expand this and take it to the next level, having the zeal to work towards the fish farming.
After a good day's rest, the Smart Delta team paid Augustina Ivenogwa a visit at our salon in Asaba, the state capital territory. We met her actively at work, braiding a client's hair. We had a conversation with both Augustina and Omo Ojekodyo about the impact of the state government's empowerment initiatives.
I thank God for Governor Okowa. Make me to smile today. Before, there is no life. But when Okowa empowered me, things turned around for me. Today I am married. Most of us in this constitution, they think that there is no life. When things happen to them, they will say, nothing to do again. But when I learn this work, I give myself hope. And Okowa make me somebody in this Delta State today. So I want to appreciate him. He's a good man.
God will bless our governor, Okowa, as he's training people. God will remember him. God will do his own for him in Jesus' name. Even the road, I know how this place was, but today, look at the road. The road is tiled everywhere.
Smart Delta.
Oh boy.
This life I
live. See Angelina.
Angelina baby Coco.
Now where they go?
Now you they talk like this. You forget say Angelina na runs babe. Normal matter na. Oh boy, I watch the video as they play.
No watch, no video they play. Angelina and madam now, she not doing to run smarter again.
Story.
Shebi, I tell you, you see him?
Why now?
Governor Okowa.
I don't understand. What think Governor Okowa get to do with Angelina?
So you think say now only infrastructures Governor Okowa they do? Through girl child, Governor Okowa don't save many Delta girls come up from streets. They know they do runs again. In fact, they support their families now. All the ones who be graduate, no more waiting for white collar jobs. Governor Okowa don't empower many girls for Delta State.
Where you they go?
I do on a youth empowerment program presently. Yes, so Governor Okowa, through Ministry of Science and Technology, don't reignite Delta State Innovation Hub, and we do on a 4-month ICT youth empowerment program. So I need to start moving now, bro. The future matters a lot, too.
But they have fun. I'm gonna go track that babe now. If I... Governor Okowa don't create many platforms to empower Delta State youths. Shadrach, they do Raisa. Belinda, she they do Yageb. Useu, they do Step. Which one I they do?
No be lie, yo. Which one we they do?
Governor Okowa on human capital development.
Smart Delta. It is noteworthy that beyond the economic empowerment of people living with disabilities, there is a deliberate socio-political inclusion which enables them to contribute their quota to governance and issues affecting them.
His Excellency Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa is the first governor that has shown genuine commitment towards inclusion of persons with disabilities in governance. As a community created by His Excellency the Governor, we are doing quite a whole lot to ensure that our people are well informed of government programs and policies. The gap between government and the community of persons with disabilities is bridged.
His Excellency Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa administration has much impact on the community of persons with disabilities. If you talk of friendliness, he is the first governor that has organized luncheon 3 times with persons with disabilities community, empowering them. Even till today, the memory is still on because we have never seen it before. For persons with disabilities to dine and wine with a person of his caliber.
Before the committee was appointed, it was difficult. Most of us, including myself, we used to depend on family members. Today now, because of the State Steering Committee, as a member in the committee, my life has changed a lot. I also want to use this opportunity to appreciate the government for what it has been doing for persons with disability in the state since inception in office till date.
Very recently, the state government took the empowerment of people living with disabilities a notch higher by ensuring their inclusion in the Delta Cares grant, which will enable them keep their businesses on track following the devastating effects of the COVID-19 pandemic.
The fund that is being made available by Delta Care, I believe it will go a long way to ameliorate the effect of the COVID-19 in my business. The smart agenda that it brought, that is anchored entrepreneurship program, has really affected the physically challenged people positively. Quite a number of them are being represented in all the programs, making them to feel that sense of belonging, not being segregated in one side.
This money on Delta Care is going to help my business a lot. I thank the government for bringing this kind of idea. They tried for recognizing the physical challenge. In any things they are doing in this Delta State, governors always remember us.
During the COVID-19, I suffered a loss because staying indoor, the business did not strive, and I could not be able to pay my workers, and I could not even produce to market. I thank God for this OKOWA initiative. It's bringing hope to my business. Those are the joys as a business women and men in the state.
The Smart Delta team did not fail to sample the opinion of Deltans to know just how well the state government has affected PLWDs in the state. Take a listen.
An adult man is devil's workshop, even though the person is disabled. But God used our governor, OKOWA, to touch the lives of those disabled so that they can have something to eat. I'm so happy about that.
Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa.
Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, we appreciate you for the help you have rendered to many, most especially the blind, the crippled, and those who are unemployed. We are grateful for what he has done, and we say, well done.
The improvements in the standard of living and quality of life of people in Delta State in the last 6.5 years continues to lend credence to Governor OKOWA'S promise of prosperity to all Deltans, even as he continues to march towards building a stronger Delta.
The feedback segment. Question of the day.
This week, we have a question from our Facebook platform from Oko Anthony, and it reads, "Please, sir, how can I be empowered by the Delta State government? I have seen other persons with disabilities like me being empowered."
Thank you, Oko Anthony, for your question. It may interest you to note that we in the Job Question Bureau are already training persons living with disability. However, since you want to know how to come into the program, you first of all register with the Ministry of Women Affairs. After that, such names will be forwarded to us as determined by the ministry. and we'll take it up from there.
I want to urge all Deltans and all Nigerians and persons from across the world to continue to watch Smart Delta. They're doing so well. It's a good means of communication of what we do in Delta State. I'm quite excited that they've been getting the information out there. If you want to know a lot about what is going on in governance and development in Delta State, continue to watch Smart Delta. You will definitely be able to get all the information that you require.
Text your questions to 08121192133 or send with the hashtag #AXIT to all our social media platforms.
You better run, come to Delta State. Come and see the good things where OKOWA'S they do. You better run, come to Delta State. Come and see the good things where OKOWA'S they do. I see a job and work creation in Delta, make the youth say them highlight. OKOWA'S. I see good roads everywhere in Delta, make the people say them cola. Come live in Delta. Say me I say, come invest in Delta. Come explore the potentials of our state.